Well, hello, this is Dr. Greg Gary on the 23rd of May, 2020. I had the privilege of watching Robert Kiyosaki this week. He's first became famous from the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and then, of course, went on to publish many more books. And he's quite famous in the world. If you haven't heard of him, look him up. He was doing a program called What Wealthy and Experienced Investors Look For in Good or Bad Times. Now, if you're not wealthy or an experienced investor, don't worry about it, because by the end of this program, you can actually, no matter how little money you have or how much you have, you can do what Robert Kiyosaki is doing through an incredible system. Now, I am an affiliate with a company called Karatbars. It's a gold business. We're helping people to get gold and gold related products through a system. I'm also part of a group called Synergy Gold Group, of which we are 140,000 people around the world. So here's Robert Kiyosaki. Many books written, including the most recent, Who Stole My Pension? I encourage you to find out about what's happening with pensions in this crazy time in history. Here's some of the books. I just pulled it off the internet with a few of the pictures. He is very famous. He's very knowledgeable, and it's wise to listen to this gentleman. Okay, so the program that we watched had an opening slide that I captured. It's for hardworking executives and managers who want to finally stop exchanging time for money. Well, that's a key line. And you don't have to be an executive or a manager to think about that line. It's for people who want to be in control of their money and finances. It doesn't matter where you're at in your financial life. I don't care. This education is important and significant for you. And it's for entrepreneurs that don't want to just make money, but deliver real value and positively impact the world. I love that part of Robert Kiyosaki, and you'll find that spirit in what we're doing here as well. Well, what does he say? I just want to review some of the things that he said in his program, and then I'll go on to talk about this current offering. Corona has revealed what's going on right now, the issue, the financial issues, we're moving into a depression. It's not because of Corona. Corona was the pinprick. It was the black swan. In fact, prior to that, 50% of Americans don't have an extra $400. Now look, we always talk about Americans, Americans, Americans. That's because America has the reserve currency of the world. But I know that you who are watching this around the world, it will likely apply to you and your nation as well. Okay? And what did schools teach us about money? Nothing. I never learned a thing in my years of school about money. Not only that, I have a fancy schmancy economics degree. Believe it or not, I didn't learn about money there either. I learned about graphs, curves, and how to manipulate things. So here's a couple other facts that came up. The Federal Reserve, which is not a U.S. government institution, but a private banking cartel, is run by 900 PhDs. That's shocking. And Robert Kiyosaki calls PhDs poor, helpless, and desperate. You can read about his story, why he's cynical about highly educated people. In 1913, the Federal Reserve was created. In 1913, the IRS was created, the Internal Revenue Service. Isn't that interesting? We don't have time to go into depth on the relationship with this, but basically something is going on in the realm of banking and finance that is not good for you and is not good for me, and it's time that that stopped. Okay? Another important fact, 1971, the US dollar became debt. It came off the gold standard. That too is important in your life. Okay? So he said this: I save gold, silver, and Bitcoin. Gold and silver are God's money, and it's best to be outside the system. And this is why cryptocurrency has become so popular. It's outside the system. Well, has Mr. Kiyosaki been wise? Get gold? My goodness. Look at these numbers about what's happened to gold, even in the last 20 years, up 530% against the dollar. That's pretty good traction. As well, some, not all, but some of the cryptocurrencies have had a massive wealth jump because wealth is looking for intelligent places to go versus the currency systems where the governments are printing uncontrollably. All right, well, another question he asked or he talked about in the program that he ran was what causes people to not be successful? I know it's a double negative, but you need to understand why he's saying it like that. What causes people to not be successful? And he said this, not rewiring their mental pathways. In other words, you have been taught some things and you're running your life in some ways that you don't even understand that you do it by default. And you've got to do some things to change that. He talked about getting an education. That's the mental side of rewiring. He talked about that you can't learn to golf by reading a book. You got to actually get out and swing the club and try it and fail and try it and fail until you get it. And it's the same with any new thing in your life, like financial rewiring. Emotional. He talked about that people run their lives on fear of loss versus the joy of gain. What do you think is better? And from a spiritual point of view, what are you connected to in life? Are you connected to the heavens above or to an evil, bankrupt system in this world? Okay? And what language are you using? Are you using an empowering spiritual language or something else? So he went through those, and I think they're important. And it leads me into the next slide. Look, what's going on in this crazy world right now? Who are you trusting? Who are you following? It's insanity out there. I mean, you really want to follow the masses? You really want to do what the masses are doing? Or do you want to find out, or do you want to research and find out what's really going on and follow the people who know what's going on and have a proven track record? It's up to you, folks. You can focus on the negativity and go down the dark holes of what's going on right now, or you can run to the light. You can run to the people who are making it happen. Mr. Kiyosaki said this, rich is measured in dollars, but wealth is measured in time. Have you set up your life to make time your own? Kiyosaki's famous for something called the cash flow quadrant. And if this is the first time you've seen this, let me quickly explain it for you. There's 4 quadrants starting in the first. Now, that's called being an employee. You're exchanging your time for dollars. Now, look, having a job and working is an honorable thing. But you want to be thinking towards getting to that place where you don't have to have a job, okay? And then he talked about self-employed. Well, a lot of self-employed people, and that includes myself over the years, I've had several companies. Basically, you're just a slave to your own company. Now, again, that's not dishonorable. It's good to work. It's good to do your own thing. But are you moving towards a more intelligent way? And a more intelligent way is this. A true business owner. There's an entrepreneur that moves into being a business owner. A business owner can go to Hawaii for a month and still be earning money. Why? Because he or she has a system that's working for them while they're gone. And of course, the creme de la creme is being an investor, and that is taking your excess cash and putting it to work for you. So the last 2 boxes are the places that you want to focus on in your financial life. All right? Now, in the previous video, I talked about that Karatbars has established a way to protect your wealth by converting devaluing paper currency into physical and digital gold assets in this time of crisis and beyond, and to have those assets generate an income. Well, Does that sound an awful lot like what Kiyosaki just taught us? Absolutely. So I want to show you a chart. Now, at the top of the chart, you can see this: your business, income, assets, asset multiplier, and passive income. Let's look at how this works. Well, there's Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant. And I said we're going to try to focus on those last two boxes. Well, let's start with that first box. In Karatbars, you can acquire something called a business package that immediately puts you into having your own business. And as part of the system, we tell people to do what the wealthy do. The wealthy people pay themselves first. And in this day and age, the best way to pay yourself first is to put your wealth into gold, because gold does not devalue. Gold holds its buying power. So that's a great start for you being a business owner and working your way towards wealth. Now, when you buy that package, we show you how to build a team. And that team is going to repeat what you're doing. That team is going to acquire gold, and that team is going to acquire other people acquiring gold. And your reward for that, your compensation for that, one form of it comes in the form of cash. And that cash pays for your living expenses. Well, initially it begins to pay for your living expenses, but if you do it right, it'll totally pay for your living expenses and beyond. We also encourage you to take some more of that cash and buy what we call emergency gold. You want to have a stash of gold sent to you through Federal Express. It comes right to your door through the Karatbars system, rather than going to the gold shop, of which, by the way, it's very difficult as of May 2020, and we believe beyond, to get gold, because gold is now in high demand and the price is beginning to rise. Now, if you're in a nation that cannot have gold sent to you, that's okay. You can have other people pick up this gold, or you can have the gold shipped to other addresses. There's multiple ways to do this. However, the most important thing is that you are, in fact, getting that gold. Gold is going to go to $2,000 an ounce, $3,000, $5,000, and beyond. And I don't have time to explain why in this video. Look at my previous videos, or look at the experts out there who are predicting this. All right? By the way, I forgot to tell you my qualifying statements, my disclaimer. I am not a financial planner. I am an economist. I'm a member of the Karatbars affiliate community. And what you do of your own accord. My hope is that you do research, and do things intelligently. As well, I'm attempting to represent Karatbars in the best fashion I can, but I am an independent affiliate, and this is me speaking of my own accord. Okay, let's keep going here. So the other part of earning from your team, through your team, with your team, is that you are paid in gold. Where in your life have you ever been paid in gold? How exciting is this? Okay, now, here's the creme de la creme, la pièce de résistance of the Karatbars system. You can take your cash and acquire something called Univals, or UNV. And that is digital gold. And it's called we have two kinds of crypto in the system. One is called a utility coin, and the other is called a stable coin. Look at my last video to understand more about what a stable coin is. But I can tell you it's going to become the most popular cryptocurrency in the world. Stable coins are the most popular cryptos now, and anything that's backed in gold is going to be highly sought after. So we're turning cash, and we're turning cash into UNVs, and the gold that we acquired into UNVs. What are we doing with it? We're putting it into a Swiss vault, and you are earning a monthly passive income off of your gold while you keep your principal. You still own the principal. This has been traditionally reserved for the rich. And whenever you want, you can start to siphon off some of that wealth, putting it into your global debit card, and spending that wherever you want in the world. Now, Another thing that you can do in the Karatbars system is convert your UNV, your digital gold, into a KBC. The KBC is our utility coin, and that utility coin is used throughout the entire system of Karatbars. And so we expect that KBC to go up in value. Again, refer to the last video. The most important thing in this video is that you can take that KBC, install it into a trading platform, and once again, you are earning a passive income off of your asset while you get to keep the asset. So what have we done here? We have a system that fulfills what Robert Kiyosaki said is the best thing to do with your money. It's getting your money, getting your assets working for you. We've done that with the UNV. We've done that with the KBC. And oh, by the way, remember that your team is going to continue to bring you cash and gold. That too is money working for you. And so what have we done? We've acquired the objective. Those two last boxes in the cash flow quadrant. You've got your own business system working for you, and you've become an investor, making your money, your assets working for you. How about that? So Robert said, what causes people to not be successful? Not rewiring the mental pathways. Well, get involved, get rewired. We've given you a little bit of education here today. Hopefully you're now got your sights set on the joy of gain as opposed to the fear of loss. Start controlling your language in a positive way. Get around positive people. Start looking up. Gold is God's money. And of course, I made this a very fat red bar. You know, you can say, well, what a nice presentation. Or you can say, you know what? I'm going to do something. I love the question that was asked in this video. In the Kiyosaki presentation. If you were having a conversation a year from today, and you were to look back over the last 12 months to today, what has to have happened, both personally and financially, for you to feel very happy about your progress? Hey, this could be the greatest day of your life, and it's really simple. This system is really simple. Save gold, save KBC, and help others do the same. So your wealth strategy, your golden path to freedom, gold plus crypto equals retirement, equals financial freedom, equals time freedom, equals your ability to live the kind of life that you want to live if you're willing to look at this and put some work into it and work with a team. Please honor the system. Get back to the person who sent this video to you and ask, please, get your questions answered or get going, get started, okay? And if you happen to find this video out on the net, just independently, please take some initiative, track me down, and I'll help you build your golden path to freedom. Okay, everybody, thanks for being on the video. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Keep smiling. Keep looking up. God bless you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.